And welcome back to the channel, everybody. I know it has been a while since I last posted, and today, as you can see, Elden Ring has really been released. I've been going through the game, having a lot of fun, and today I wanted to share with you a really potent build that has gotten me through most of the early game. As you can see, I got through Lumgrave, the Weeping Peninsula, Stormvale Castle. I managed to defeat Godric, and now I'm on my way to Raya Lucaria Academy, the second legacy dungeon, and so far this build has gotten me through a lot. Now, with this build, it is very flexible in terms of the weapons and armor you use, but more specifically, the weapon that I want to show you guys is the Bloodhound's Fang that works really well with this build. And let's get into it. Now, for your stats, it's really up to you, but I prefer, let's go back. I like here vigor between 25 and 30. Give him a decent amount of HP. Your mind push it up to 11. So you can have an FP for a summon that you might want to use. Your endurance keep it between 20 and 25. So you'll have a decent amount of stamina and you don't fat roll with this armor. Your strength and dexterity stay similar as you see I got it between 20 and 25. And now for your intelligence, faith, and arcane, keep them at baseline. I just put in faith up to at least 10 because we do incorporate some form of spellcasting with this build, not a lot, just enough to get us through. And let's get to the weapons. Now, for the weapons, like I said, we're using the Bloodhound's Fang. You get this in Lumgrave after defeating a boss. The main reason why I like using this weapon, if I can get out of the round table hold, is basically because of the moveset. Now this thing is a really unique skill. Now if I can show you that skill, it's essentially you do a sweeping attack and it pushes you back. Now that is really cool as it allows you to do an attack and dodge really fast, but there is two animations or two stages to this attack. The first stage, as you see, then once you attack again, you have that second dash into a sweeping attack. Now that has a lot of iframes, meaning while doing that, if any enemy hits you or attacks you, you won't take any damage. And that second attack is like a heavy attack, so it'll deal a lot of damage. Now you can get a lot of enemies off guard in both PvE and PvP with this weapon, which really is the main reason why I like using it. And it has a basic curve greatsword moveset, and it has a really wide swinging heavy attack that can it's good for crowd control. Now for your set, because this weapon is a boss weapon, it has a unique skill, meaning you cannot change it as a Ash of War. So I always recommend having a second weapon that you can change the Ash of War on. I'm using the Twin Blade, but you could use anything that you want. Another good option is the Uchi Katana that you get really early on, but I just like the Twin Blade more. And for your shield, you just need any 100% shield that has 100% physical blockade in terms of damage. So any shield, like I started off with Vagabond and I already had 100% physical reduction shield, but just go for any of that. But the main important thing that you need to know is they must have a skill called no skill. Now this basically allows you to, while one hand in your weapon, you can perform your right armaments or skill without two hand in a weapon, which allows you to get it off really fast without needing to two hand your weapon. As you can see, I can wait. Even with just really quickly, I don't have to go two hand my weapon and then do the skill. I can just pull it off really quickly. So that's why on your shield you need to have a skill called no skill, and if you want to know where to get it, just go through Lumgrave and you're gonna get to an area known as, where is it? I'm not mistaken, Stormwell Shack. War Master Shack. Now there's gonna be an NPC here you can talk to, and he's basically gonna sell you different Ash of War, and you're gonna pick up the one called No Skill. It'll be on. It's one of the last ones. It's really cheap, and you can just put this on your shield. Now, in order to get the Bloodhound's Fang, you need to travel from the first step. Just carry on here until you find Everdrill right here, and you just gotta defeat the boss here, and you'll get the Bloodhound Swing. Now I do recommend you have some sort of ranged weapon. I got the longbow, but you could pick whatever you want here. And a claw mark, seal talisman, or even the basic talisman that you can use just for spell casting. Like the spells I use is not that grand. I have flame sling, I have beast silly sling. This is a really fast, as you can see, really good for crowd control if you getting surrounded. Basically just urgent heal for you. Just basic incantations that you can use. Like I said, I got the bow. Bow is not here for dealing damage. This is mainly for pulling out enemies to fight them one by one if they're in a crowd. Yeah, that's it. Like I said, you can switch your secondary weapon to anything, and Uchi Katana is a really great option, but I prefer the Twin Blade. I just like it more. Now for your armor set, you can go for whatever you want. I just like the Vagabond's armor. Like I said, in Souls, it's your armors really don't matter for stats as long as you just look good. So you can go for anything. You could go for the this knight armor set. You could go for the basic knight armor set, which you can buy from the Twin Maidens in the Round Table. But I like the Vagabond's knight armor set. Now for your talismans, I do recommend you have the Arsenal charm, which raises your equip load, and this charm here, the does okay, I don't know how you pronounce it, but does basically allow it increases your stats by 3. So if I take it off, as you can see on the side, my stats go to 30, 20, 21, and 20, but with putting this on, it goes to 33, 23, 24, and 23. This raises your stats, but the main caveat to this is your defense is lower. So if I remove it, as you can see, my defenses for physical is 22, 5, 16, but as soon as I put this charm on, it decreases. But I do believe that the stat increase is worth it, as it allows you to hit certain thresholds to use certain weapons. Now you can change your arsenal charm for the green turtle charm, which raises your stamina, or any one of the um, these talismans. You can go for this, which enhances guard counters. So your second one is just basically is up to you. Is up to you. You can choose whatever you want. And now for your Flask of Wondrous Physic. Now this is also up to you. Like I said, the spell is very versatile. So, but I like to use these two here. Steadily restores HP over time. This is really good for bosses. Is well, if you have a lot of chip damage, it can just heal that really quickly, and this raises the max amount of stamina that you have in a fight, which is not that bad at all. For your Ash of Wars, like I said, for your secondary weapon is because your first weapon, the Bloodhound's Fang, has a unique skill. As you can see, unique skill, Bloodhound's Finesse. You cannot change the Ash of War on that weapon. So what you want to do is you have a second weapon that you can change, like I said. So the Ash of Wars that I do recommend is the Bloody Slash. Now this will deal bleed, which is really OP in this game, and this is why I tell you to have a second weapon is for this ability right here. Or you can go for any one of these other abilities, like the Carrion Greatsword, which is really good, but I prefer the Bloody Slash. And also is because as you go through the game, you're gonna find catacombs that have skeletons. Now these skeletons are unique as you have to kill them kind of twice before they die. But as long as you have a blessed weapon, it can. Let me show you right here. It can negate. You only kill them once, as you can see. And also another nice thing about the bloodhound swing that I forgot to mention is that it causes blood loss. Pair that with the Ash of War that the Bloody Slash that also inflicts blood loss. Mixing those two together will essentially demolish enemies. Like you could essentially start off the fight with a bloody slash, and then as soon as you're done with that, you can go into your light attacks with your bloodhound's thing, and it will increase the blood loss effect, and it will just destroy. Because to my understanding, most bosses are really weak to blood loss. I hope you guys enjoyed the video and found it useful. I will be posting more Elden Ring content as I get time. But other than that, I hope to see you next time. Peace. Now this is me using the Bloodhound's Fang unique skill Bloodhound Finesse against this NPC invader. As you can see that sweeping attack in the second animation, how powerful and potent it actually is. Now after this clip I will be showing you the full boss fight of Godric the Crafted. Just showing you how potent this bow can actually be.
Truest of dragons, lend me thy strength.
And another thing I forgot to mention, I'm going to add this at the end, is for your incantations. Now you could change this for whatever you want. Like I'm just using these three right here, but you could change. Oh, I have extra slot. Another three that I do recommend is Cure Poison, Magic Fortification, and Flame Fortification. This basically increases your stats for your damage reductions for these three type elemental types. And another good one would be Poison Armament. It enchants your right hand weapon with poison, which is really good in inflicting poison and blood loss on an enemy. Will really allow you to destroy bosses in the fight. Just another quick thing I needed to add.